everyone, my name is Diva Calista from Home Group 3. Today, me and my friends going to presentate about the stunting in Indonesia. The table of contents that we're going to talk about is first the stunting itself, the effect on health and the economical impact, the strategy and law against stunting, and also the importance itself of the stunting prevention. Okay, let's start from stunting in Indonesia. So some of the facts about the stunting in Indonesia is right now it is ranked number 5 on stunting cases with children under 5 years old. There are 8 million cases, overall number of stunting roughly per year, and 60 cities main focus of eradication of stunting in Indonesia. So the 5 pillars to eradicate stunting from government. The first one is socialize to society about the stunting. The second one is ensure, which is ensuring that stunting is a top priority problem through all level of society and government. There next is coordination, strengthen the coordination between local and state government. Next is security, which is food and nutrition security, and last one is monitoring, which is monitoring and evaluate the progress of eradicate stunting. Next, the COVID-19 relation to the stunting cases in Indonesia. So from 2019 to 2020, the number of stunting is increasing for about 30.8% more in 2020, and the type of society is the COVID-19 has hit the most vulnerable families, so the effect of it is the COVID-19 has reduced the purchasing power of essentials, especially food and nutrition.
Okay, so next is about stunting effect on health. So there are two stunting effects toward child health. First is short period. There are disruption brain development, disruption on body development, and finally disruption on physical growth. The long period are children's intelligence is low, below average, the child's immune system is not good, and finally, children will be at higher risk of suffering from disease. The disease can be diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and cancer. The cause of stunting children is because of inadequate mother's knowledge. If the mother does not have knowledge of good nutritional, it will make child stunting. So next is chronic infection. Since childhood, chronic infectious diseases have caused the child body to still require more resource to fight illness. Next is poor sanitation. In children, the problem of clean water and poor sanitation can lead to stunting. And finally, limited health service. In Indonesia, there are deprived areas which lack of health service. To, to detect stunting, it can be through healthcare center such as health center or hospital. In hospital, use method of WH WHO MGRS measurements, Z-scores, and finally then FIR milestones. So, so next topic is about stunting and economical impact. Economics estimate that stunting will reduce the gross domestic product of a country by up to 3%. Cause which some of these results include inadequate awareness and educational performance, low income for adults and decreased productivity and increased risk of nutritionally associated chronic disease. In adults, when followed by rapid weights, the gains later in childhood. So the solution be implement effectively to prevent the economical loss due to stunting. In stunting, the economic productivity and growth is decreasing GDP per capita, slow rate of regional economy due to stunting condition. The economical impact is due to poor cognition and educational performance, low adult wage, and finally lost economic productivity. The solution on economical impact is first is easy access to clean water, then improve sanitation, next is provision of adequate complementary, and finally exclusive breastfeeding to children.
Okay, next I'm going to talk about the strategy again, the stunting. So the main strategy is the nutritional liberation. Second one is provision and supplementation, and then the third one law and regulation. So the first one is nutrition literacy. The nutrition educational material, especially on balanced nutrition guidelines, needs to be widely introduced to all vulnerable groups such as pregnant women, the poor, and also school children in Indonesia. Conducting information literacy grounding starting from schools, health facilities, and residents' homes about how to choose food and drinks that meet nutritional requirements, and also about the sources and function of nutrients. The second one is access to food. The low level of consumption of nutritious food is a sign that access to food is still difficult. It is an important note for the government that access to food is a key factor in building a country free from stunting problem. Therefore, increasing the ability of people to access foodstuffs, especially for the poor, must be prioritized by the government so that the resolution of stunting cases in Indonesia can occur immediately. The third one is educate prospective parents. The lack of parental knowledge about nutrition contributes to high rates of malnutrition. Knowledge of health uh, of infant and toddlers and the importance of providing adequate nutrition is an important asset. Therefore, it is necessary to empower the community in the management of house yards to become a nutritional garden planted with vegetables and fruits, as well as the importance of increasing the activities of PKK mothers in processing diverse nutrition, safe and balanced food. The nutrition intervention itself is divided by two: specific intervention and sensitive intervention. So specific interventions include the provision of blood supplemented tablets for young women, prospective brides and pregnant women, promotion and campaigns for blood added tablets, holding classes for pregnant women, providing inter-site treated mosquito nets, and treatment for pregnant women who are positive for malaria. Also, there are vitamin A supplementation, promotion of exclusive breastfeeding, promotion of complementary food, and etc. Uh, for sensitive nutrition intervention, the, the Ministry of Health monitor growth and development, provision of clean water and sanitation, community nutrition education, complete basic immunization, control of malaria, TB, and HIV or AIDS, provides education on sexual health and well as reproduction and nutrition in teenager. So the last strategy against the stunting is regarding the government's role in overcoming malnutrition in Indonesia. It has been regulated in various provisions of the applicable laws and regulations. So here are some of the law and regulations, and there are still many more, but here are some of the examples.
The importance of stunting preventions. So according to the Jakarta Post, it says that child growth stunting holds back Indonesia's future. And how could it be? It says that, as it has been mentioned previously, stunting is when a child doesn't grow properly and fails to meet the height average damage their age, resulting to brain damage that causes issues such as low IQ and illness later in life. So currently it affects 1 in 3 Indonesian children, or 35% of children under the age of 5, according to the World Bank. And the government has made a strong commitment to accelerate the fight against childhood stunting. And it has been declared that stunting prevention as a national commitment. The failure to reach one's potential for growth is caused by chronic malnutrition and repeated illness during childhood. It can permanently limit a child's physical and cognitive capacity and cause lifelong damage. Globally, nearly a quarter of children under 5 are malnourished. Indonesia's stunting rates are staggering. In 2013, around 37% of Indonesian children under the age of 5, or almost 9 million children, were stunted, according to the National Health Survey. And in 2017, Indonesia's Vice President called for a national strategy to accelerate stunting prevention. The strategy, supported by the World Bank itself, was built in Indonesia's experience and global lessons, particularly success in cutting its stunting rate by half in just 7 years. So that's why it is important to make these stunting preventions.